Hello and happy Monday. So this morning I tried to do an Instagram live and it didn't record and it stopped at some point and I'm not sure when all of that happened. So this is take 2 of our Monday musings. And the intention of this time together is to be used as a check-in point. So often we carry things that have happened, right? Thoughts, emotions, feelings, events, whatever it is, and they get stored in the body, and therefore they get stored in our psyche, in our mind. And so I'd love for this just to be an opportunity as a check-in point, as a grounding, as a flushing out, so we can continue our journey the rest of the week, the rest of the day, the rest of our time. If we haven't met, my name is Laura. What an honor it is to be here with you, and my intention is to try this again next Monday. We'll see how that goes, but if not, here we are doing it again anyway. And so to begin, we'll find a really tall spine just to connect with our breath, to ground. Okay, so find a comfortable seat. It could be cross-legged, you could be in a chair, doesn't matter. But the idea is just to elongate your spine so that there's no additional energy being expended as we're here in this moment in time. So we'll begin with our grounding, our seat, our bum, pressing it down into the mat. You'll feel a little bit of a tilt of the pelvis, okay? It kind of helps align the lower back, the lower spine. And as you feel that motion happening, your core engages just ever so slightly, okay? So we're not gripping, we're not holding on. It's just a slight activation to keep us tall and present. And then you can let your belly be soft, even with this engagement. We'll draw the ribs in just slightly. Okay, we'll open up through our heart space, drop shoulders down and back. If it feels good to roll the shoulders out a little bit, please do that. And then we lengthen the neck so that the crown of the head lifts up. And as you do that, the chin tucks in toward the chest a little bit, just elongating through the spine, the neck, the back, the entirety of your torso, your body. All right, and as you're here in this grounding physical space, just a little bit about our time together. We'll ground, we'll take our breath, we'll move to flush out, and then we'll come back into stillness contemplation, which you can use a journal for if you like. You don't need to. If you have it, perfect. And of course, all of this is to be a grounding tool for you in this moment in time, okay? So if sitting cross-legged doesn't work for your hips, are too tight, no problem. Unwind them, plant your feet down, find grounding elsewhere, okay? If the movement feels like it's too much for you, no problem. Make it work for you. That's the whole beauty of this check-in time, right? It's how you are in this specific moment in time. All right, we'll begin our breath. So soften through the jaw. You can close your eyes or keep them open. You can lower your gaze to the floor and just soften it. And it'll be an intentional breath, so a slight constriction of the back of the throat, and your tongue rests gently on the roof of your mouth, just behind your first 2 teeth. Okay, breathe in and out. As simple and challenging as that is, breathe in. Breathe out. Notice how your body is reacting to this breath. Inhale. Exhale. Is it allowing you to find a little more space within? Inhale. Exhale. Good, we'll do about 5 more together right here. But as your next inhale happens, notice your chest lifts a little bit, but I want you to visualize the breath moving all the way down into the belly and expanding out. And then as you breathe out, it draws in and up and out. Good, 4 more. Soften through the jaw, feel the expansion, and then breathe out. So we're clearing out maybe something that's been stuck in the body. Good. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And out. Last one. Just take a moment to allow that breath to integrate physically, to notice the reaction. Maybe your shoulders feel a little softer. Maybe you've unclenched your jaw or the forehead is softer. Then gently open your eyes and we'll come to stand. Again, if standing doesn't work for you where you are in this moment, no problem. You can stay seated. We're just gonna move the body, okay? So with your feet about hips distance apart or a little wider if you need some more support, or a little closer together if you don't have the space. I'm trying to stay in the frame. So for me, it's a spatial issue. But just tap your heels on the floor. Okay, and this is just a somatic way to get into the nervous system to tell yourself that you're okay, you're safe. And then what we'll do is just shake the body, okay? So bend in through the knees, moving into the hips, letting the shoulders be soft. And this might already feel uncomfortable for you because I don't know how many people shake their body on a daily basis, but welcome. And this is very similar to how we begin every class, the practice class at the studio, just by bringing awareness into the body and then checking in, okay, if there's any tension, if you feel tight in a specific area, that's usually an indication that there's something stuck. Okay, you can wiggle it through the hands, through the wrists, through the fingers. And what you can do, if it feels good, take your hands into little cups, okay, and wherever you feel that tightness, that sticking, that holding on, just go ahead and tap that space. So for me, it's usually my shoulders, my neck. It might be in through the hips through you. Maybe you're holding on to something you need to feel protected. So maybe it's in through the belly, in through the core, in through the pelvic region, in through the outer hips. Okay, maybe it's even in through the front of your heart space. All right, all this is just information. So all we're doing is listening in. All right, we've got just another minute or so here. So anything left, just go ahead, shake your body. Right, and so a lot of the times, those things that we're carrying with us, whether consciously or not, it's held in the body. So that's what held in those tight spaces. And so we're just inquiring. We're going in to check in, to see how we feel. And then hopefully our goal, or the ideal situation, is that we release, we process, we flush out, and we move on. We continue on. Okay, just about 10 more seconds. Anything left? And then pause, so we find some stillness and we let that integrate. So that little kind of reverberation feeling, if you will. It's just that energy settling in. And then we're gonna take it back to our seat. So come on back down to your bum whichever position that you left off in, that's where we begin right away, okay? So hands could be onto your thighs or palms up. And if you need to feel a little more grounded, or you're ready, you're open, ready to receive, open up through your heart. So shoulders down and back. Come back into that physical alignment of being, right? Of allowing yourself to be present in this space and time with no extra energy being expended. Nice and tall. And you can close your eyes or you can drop your gaze. And if you would like to join me on this thought experiment, this contemplation, if you will, I'd like to invite you to visualize yourself on a front porch somewhere in the future. Okay, so on your front porch somewhere in the future. So this could be 20 years from now. This could be 50 years from now. In your front porch, you could be maybe in the woods or in the city or maybe on a beach somewhere. This place where you feel comfortable, it feels as if it's your own. And so you're in the future and you take a moment here to reflect back on your life. You're just sitting on your front porch reflecting. As you're sitting on your front porch reflecting, the first thing that I invite you to reflect upon is bringing awareness to one thing in your life that you are glad that has happened or that you have done. So one thing that you're glad as you're reflecting in the future on your past. What's one thing that you're glad that has happened? And maybe something is coming up for you and maybe it's not, and that's okay too. Right, all this is just an opportunity for information to come to the surface. That's it. One thing in your life that you're glad that that has happened as you're sitting on your front porch and reflecting on your life. And as you're sitting on your front porch reflecting on your life, what is one thing you wish that had have happened? So you're reflecting on your life. And so this is not to be from a regret standpoint. This is meant to be from a loving standpoint. So one thing you wish that had have happened. One thing you're glad that has happened, one thing you wish had have happened. And maybe something is coming up for you and maybe it's not. Both perfectly good. And then the third inquiry, what is one thing that you can do, one small act that you can do today that will lead you to one of those two options, one of those two things? Okay, what is one thing that you can do today that will lead you to one of those two things? And so this is not to be from a place of regret, like I mentioned before, but a place of love, okay? So it's not to be from a place of fear, right? Of grasping, of trying to accumulate, but more so, What actions can we take today, or not actions can we take today? Be mindful to draw awareness to it with a little bit of guidance under the surface. So that maybe when you reach your porch at the end of the road, you'll be glad that everything has happened and there'll be nothing to the second answer, what you wish would have happened. Right, and all of this is just to check in with the mindset of a Monday being a Monday, right? This is just a check-in point to clear out the things that have happened so that there's opportunity and space and abundance on the other side. So we can tune into how we are in this exact moment and make our decisions from this place on this Monday that is so full of opportunity. Just with time in mind, as I believe I advertise this as 15 or 20 minutes. If you have more time to sit, please do. If you'd like to journal a little bit, please do. I encourage that. But otherwise, let that integrate. We'll take a full breath in together. And you can open your mouth, sigh, clear that out. And then bring your hands to your heart. Just rub your palms together, building some heat. And bringing our awareness, our intention back into our body, back to here. And then place your hands over your eyes, just feeling that heat. Just feeling that heat. And then we'll leave just as it is right here. And thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions about anything that we have done or that we're doing, I am here. My name is Laura. This is the practice studio that we have an online studio, a virtual studio for. So there's more movement classes there. You can just check out the link in our bio. If you have any questions, I'm here always. Thank you, thank you, thank you.